chosen ones, empaths. You gotta be careful with the Hoovers. You have to be really careful with the Hoovers. You see, a Hoover is not always a declaration of love. A lot of people think that the Hoover is the narcissist saying, oh, I'm sorry, I wish I never done this, oh, can I have you back? And that's what a lot of people are waiting for. But I'll tell you that a lot of you have probably had Hoovers already and you don't realize that it was a Hoover. You see, like a Hoover, I call a Hoover a temperament checker. You see, they want to try and suss you out from their place of safety where they've retreated to. So it'll often be, it could just be a text. Hi, how you doing? After everything, after all the drama that you went through, all of the smear campaign, after everything, and they just text you and say, hi, how you doing? They want to see how you respond to them. They want to check your temperament. That's just an example. But it also could be maybe a phone call saying, how you doing? Right? It's just some form of contact with them after all the drama. After all the drama, there's some, after all the drama, there's some sort of contact that they make. And they've got their scanners on, they're scanning you and trying to figure out what mind state you're in and whether you would be accepting of them coming back. You see, I've experienced numbers of Hoovers through fake profiles, and they're making it clear that it's them with little subtle hints. They make it clear that it's them from the fake profile. And this is what they do. So I just want you to understand that it's not always a declaration of love. Don't be waiting for that, because a lot of the times the narcissist won't just, sometimes they do. I think some of the lesser narcissists will say, oh, I need you back, la 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 la. But it's not always the case with all the narcissists. You see, it's not always the case. But these temperament checkers, they're so sly that they catch you off guard. And that's why, you might have to think back to your journey and think, hold on, right, they done that. Oh my God, I've already had a Hoover. I had a client, and they said that after all of the drama and all of that stuff, they bought them a birthday present. So a Hoover can be done in a form of a gift, right? And where you're tested is if you accept that gift and you say, oh, thank you. Even if it's a gift through a child, right? But the child's not able to purchase that gift with their own money, and the child's not at an age where they would pick out that gift. And you can tell it's the parent that's bought the gift, the narcissistic parent that's bought the gift. You need to reject that. You need to reject these Hoovers. You have to reject these Hoovers, because if you take that gift and wear that gift, it's a clothing item, or you use that gift, you've fallen victim to their Hoover attempts. And they basically think to themselves, in their messed up brains, deranged brains that they have, they think, yeah, I've got them where I want them. That's how they'll get on. So just watch out for these Hoovers, because they come so slyly. They catch you off guard. They catch you they come from an angle that's very sly, very, very, they just come from a weird angle with these Hoovers. A lot of the Hoovers that I've experienced have been through fake profiles. You see, very early on, I was on a dating profile, and the narcissist, this was actually them contacting me. It said they viewed my profile, and it was them. It was actually them. It wasn't a fake one this time, but it was actually them. And they viewed me, which led me to send a message. But I shouldn't have sent a message, you see. This was very early on when it was first happening, when I was in the fog, in the brain fog, all of that. But that was a Hoover attempt. They're checking, they're seeing you on a dating profile, but they're checking your temperament and seeing, are you still willing to sort of reach out? Are you still willing to sort of talk to them? You see, because they know, a lot of them know that they've done such badness to us. They've dragged our name through the mud. They've smeared our name. They've put us through so much pain. If we're willing to actually welcome them with open arms, should I say, and actually have a conversation with them, they've won. That's how they feel like. They're like, right, yeah, he still wants to talk to me. She still wants to talk to me. This is how they get down. This is how they get on. So realistically, the best way that you can handle any Hoover is to door slam them, go no contact, right? If they get you a gift, you can politely tell them, listen, I don't want your gifts. Put the money into something else. Don't waste the money on me. You can politely tell them that. If it's a Hoover in the middle of the night where you get a phone call or a text, you can blatantly tell them, listen, don't contact my phone. Like, you have no right to contact me. And you need to put them in their place, because then that's when they'll get more desperate. We want them to be desperate, right? We want them to be desperate. We want to be the person in their life that they can't have. And I remember I said in my early on videos, we want to be that person that is so unable to be in their lives that they've got no chance in hell of being with us, that they've got more chance of DMing 1,000 celebrities and getting a response from a celebrity than they have from reaching out to us. That's how of a place that we want to. And I'm not saying that celebrities are better than us. I'm just saying that celebrities aren't likely to respond to these DMs. So I'm saying it's more likely that they'll get a response from a celebrity than it is from us. And that's the position that the stance that we want to have when dealing with these Hoovers. Because they do Hoover. Some of you feel like, oh, I haven't had a Hoover yet. Oh, they're offered the new supply. I had a Hoover after 4 years. I always tell you like this. I had a Hoover after 4 years. Like, hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing after 4 years? Like, what do you want from me? And I cussed them out and stuff. I don't know if it was the right way or the wrong way to handle it, but I just cussed them out. I cussed them out, basically, when they done that to me that time. It caught me by surprise because it had been such a long time. But I cussed them out and basically door slammed them to let them know that there's no way back in. That's basically what you've got to do when you get these temperament checkers. That's what I call Hoovers, temperament checkers. They are temperament checkers. They're checking your temperament. They're scanning you. They're trying to understand how you feel, how you'll respond to the situation. You know, that's basically the bottom line of what it is, what they're doing. It's not a declaration of love. So a lot of you have missed Hoovers that you've had. As I've mentioned, it could be gifts, it could be a text, it could be a phone call. These are Hoovers. These are Hoovers. You see. Number one, you should have them blocked on your phone anyway, or change your phone. That's what I would suggest. Change your number. It's the best. That's what I did. I changed my number. I know it might be a bit painful, but it's like literally if you know you're dealing with a narcissist, right? There's no hope for them. There's no hope for them in hell. There's no hope for them. There's no hope in hell that you can actually get on a similar wavelength and work through these problems. If you're dealing with a true ultimate narcissist, there's just no way in hell. There's just no point. It's wasted energy. And when they're doing all of these little games, these little snarmy kind of backhanded words and all of this little weird stuff that they're doing, there's just these are just little. I don't even want to call them children, but they're just so low. Like, trust me, you can do a lot better than these lot. But I promise you, if you look back in retrospect, I hope this video has made you realize that you've already had a Hoover, because I guarantee you have. Those phone calls, those texts, those fake profiles, anything, that gift that they bought you, that anything, them kind of things, and the list can go on. You've already had a Hoover. They've already checked your temperament, and hopefully you handled it in the best way possible. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you would like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I have the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. If you would like to check that out, the link for that channel is also in the description box. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.